We are tossing the toxins today and gearing up for a healthier summer with the help of wellness expert Theresa Meacham. Theresa, glad to have you here with us today.
I'm glad to be back. Thanks, Grace.
Yes. Okay. I love the concept of just having those easy swaps that we can make in life, because we all love the concept of being clean, but I think actually doing it is the intimidating part. But if we can just think, hey, what are some of these products we have and categories we have in our own lives, and consider swapping them out for some of these options. So first up on the list, pesticides. Let's talk about those.
Yes, and I think I love what you said about how we can overcomplicate things.
Yes.
Let's come back to just swapping products out as we run out of them. And then we don't have to do this giant overhaul and get completely overwhelmed and stop before we even start. So with pesticides, it's all around us. We live, I mean, my home backs up to a cornfield. I don't know what they're spraying on it, and I don't think I want to know. So the big thing is control the controllables. For my family, that's our yard. So what we like to do is swap out the toxic pesticides, chemical fertilizers for something that's more non-toxic and a little bit more pet and child friendly.
Okay.
This is a good brand right here, Get Sunday. There are other brands out there. This is just what we happen to have in our garage, and that's a great starting place. Also, I'll just make one last point on this note.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity to talk to your kids, especially in the summer, about taking their shoes off when they come inside.
Yes.
Not just for dirt and vacuuming purposes and keeping the house clean, but we track those fertilizers and pesticides and chemicals inside our house on our shoes if we don't take our shoes off.
Oh, that's a really good point. That's probably not something everyone would think of, because usually you just walk in the door and you're thinking about going about your life. But if we can get in that habit of taking those shoes off right when you come in, it's always good. Okay, next up, this is something that I've been really into lately, because I'm running out of like my face moisturizer and my cleanser that I use every morning. So now is a great time to swap out, because I am ready to purchase new ones. So it's good to just go for the clean side of things. Let's talk about some of these personal care products.
Personal care products. This is everything from your toothpaste to your deodorant to, like you said, your moisturizers and cleansers. I like to say, let's swap it out and let's think of the things that we're putting on our body every single day or in our mouth, like our toothpaste.
Yeah.
Those are great places to start. If we can lower our toxic exposure just by a little bit by switching out some of these products to every bit as effective but cleaner alternatives, it's really going to add up over time.
Yeah, absolutely. And personal care products are a great way to do that, because you're kind of refilling that every so often on a semi-regular basis. So maybe that is a really good starting point for people that need new toothpaste or moisturizer or deodorant, whatever it may be. All right, let's move on to pantry and food. I feel like this is a huge access point for toxins, especially in the household, is the kitchen, what we just grab when we're hungry. But this is a really important place that we're careful with what we pick.
It is, and I think we assume that just because it's on the shelves in a grocery store that it's safe.
Yeah.
And that's not always the case, because unfortunately a lot of the chemicals or the things that you will find in processed and packaged foods they're actually not regulated. So you'd be surprised to learn that a lot of the food colorings or the chemical additives that are in some of our food are banned in places like Australia or Europe. So when I found that out, that was a bit eye-opening to me, and really made me look twice at the labels of the things that I was bringing into my home. And I think the best way to go, because you can go down a rabbit hole when it comes to food, is just how can you eat whole, real food? If it's grown in the ground, if it's a meat protein or a plant, do as many vegetables as you can, fruits, but try and just stick to real whole foods, and then you'll be cutting out a ton of toxins, chemicals, things that really aren't good for your body just by doing that.
Yeah, I love that. I've heard someone say, like, stay on the perimeter of the grocery store is a good way to do it, because that means that, like, those things have a quick expiration because they're fresh produce, which is a good thing. Okay, cleaning products, a huge topic. I think cleaning products are fun because you can kind of nerd out on, like, trying different ones and seeing what works best for your household. What are some options for you?
Cleaning products, again, there are a lot of great cleaning products on the market. I think as a nation, we're starting to make a little bit of a shift to more of a consciousness or a mindfulness around what are we putting on the surfaces of our counters and things that are touching our food and that type of thing. And we are shifting to a less toxic type of cleaning product just as a whole. For me, I love things that are just simple, that can widely be used throughout the home.
Yes.
If you are completely confused and don't know what to do, go with vinegar and water. It's super cheap, super simple, non-toxic, and very effective. For me, my family uses Branch Basics. We absolutely love it. But again, there are a lot of effective and non-toxic products on the market.
Does vinegar and water leave like any sort of smell?
It can. I haven't found it to be too bothersome, especially if you dilute it enough. And it's still powerful and it will clean.
Yeah.
But if that's a problem for you, you can always add a few drops of a really good therapeutic grade essential oil to that.
That's a good idea as well. All right, Theresa, these are great options for people if they're making those healthier swaps. As we kind of move into summer, it's a great time to make these swaps, especially if you're restocking already. You are such a fun follow on social media as someone who just kind of does these fun swaps as you go throughout life. So thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
If you would like a little recap of everything we just covered with Theresa, we'll do all that. We'll have it all for you over on our website, CILiving.tv.